Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Art Whisper 88. I have here a very simple doodle on a piece of copy paper. It's a rough sketch of my layout for this print, and it's a variation of the number 8. So they're really just a series of different size circles, and I have cut in advance some stencils in the shapes of a number 8, like so, with assorted sizes. And I thought I would use these as graphic elements and arrange them on the plate to create some kind of composition. So I'm going to start by painting some black paint. Here I'm going to follow this layout and have the 2 circles here and 2 small circles there. Now this is Blickcrylic black, and it's been watered down, so I'm just going to scribe 2 circles. Okay, that will be my first layer, and so before doing anything, I will air dry this because I want this to be transferred successfully. Now, if I don't wait for this to dry, the image won't be as clear, and a lot of the paint will be left behind on the plate. And that's what I don't want. I want all of this to transfer with the first pull. So anyway, this will take about 10-15 minutes to dry. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes and the paint has dried completely. Now I'm applying the first layer of paint. This is unbleached titanium. This is brand new. It's kind of like parchment, and I thought it would be a good first layer because it's a light color and it's a neutral. So I'm going to apply a very even thin layer. That's the consequence of scrubbing my brayers so clean. They are squeaky clean. Okay, it's nice and even. I will apply, as usual, some okay. As usual, I'm applying a nice, even, firm pressure on the paper, and I will leave this on for about half hour. And I find that leaving it for that specific time is very effective, that it allows anything that I put on the plate to transfer. So I'll be right back. Okay, back after half an hour, and let's see the result. Oh, I think it's transferred very well. Now this unbleached titanium actually looks like raw concrete. It's a very earthy, neutral color. I think it makes a nice background for a first pool. This is really stuck on the plate. Like that. It seems to have captured every little detail, and I'm very glad about that. Okay, so I'm going to air dry this and see what else I can add on top as a second layer. Okay, it's been a few minutes with the fan, and the first pool has dried nicely. So I'm going to show you how to create a cheat sheet or a guide to help in planning the next level, the next layer. I'm using this piece of tissue paper like a tracing paper, and I'm going to mark the circles. Okay. Now this will be the image right side up. And again, you have to remember that when you do a monoprint, everything is reversed. So this will have to be like this on the plate. So I had cut, let me just put this aside. I had cut some paper stencils with copy paper and kind of laid them out. But I want to use this as my guide to have it right side up. So I'm going to reverse it just to check where the stencils will fall right side up. So this is the tracing paper or tissue paper backwards. And so I'm just double checking that my stencils are in the places where I want them to be. Okay. And then at the same time, I won't let this go to waste. I will use this for collage later. Okay, so for the next layer, I decided to use this Blickcrylic raw sienna. So what I'm doing is gradually moving from a light color to a darker one. Okay, I'm going to use my very clean, newly scrubbed brayer. What I did is I followed the advice of a lot of kind viewers and soaked this overnight in very hot water and some Murphy's oil soap, and it came out very clean. And I always like to start fresh with brand new, I mean not brand new, but very clean rollers. So anyways, just give this a good inking with the brayer. I'm glad this one is not too squeaky. Okay, I think that's well coated with the second layer. Let me just make some room here on my little table so I can take these guys off. So again, to refresh your memory, here is the first pull, first layer with these black circles. Okay, I think this works out very well. I'm glad that the second layer is semi-transparent, that it shows what's underneath. So I have kind of a painterly look, and I will let this air dry. And maybe proceed to the third layer in a few minutes. So don't go away. Okay, I'm back. And the third layer will be the number 8 variations. As you can see here, they're really just a series of ovals and circles. And I'm going to use burnt sienna as the color for the third layer. Burnt sienna and raw sienna. So these colors are very earthy and very on the brown side. So I'm gonna proceed with, there's not much left. Now I did not water this down. I didn't want it to be too watery. Okay. And this is the burnt sienna. And this is brand new, so it still has the protective foil. Okay, I'm going to start with just a little bit. I'd rather put too little than too much. So since this is a larger area than the regular gel plate, I have to distribute the paint as evenly as I can. There will always be spots where there's more paint and some spots where it's very dry looking. So I kind of eyeball it. Okay. Taking the extra care pays off. Okay. Make some room here. Take this off. See, it's already falling apart. Okay, let me just make sure my fingers are clean before I start handling the paper. And just to refresh your memory, here is the print with the second layer. Okay. So here goes a third layer. Now, if you notice, the applications of the paint are very thin. They're not put on heavily like the other instances where I use a brush instead of a brayer. When you use a brayer, the layer of paint is stretched out to a very thin consistency. And that has a lot to do with its ability to transfer. When the paint is very wet, it doesn't transfer that well. But when the paint is like almost dry, it becomes some kind of like a glue and it sticks to the paper. That's what allows it to transfer. Okay, let's see what we got. This time I'm not waiting for half an hour. And I think it leaves a very nice ghost print. Here you go. Again, I'm going to air dry this. No, I will just show you what's up. So it's a very earth tones. And as you can see, the last layer didn't transfer as much, but that's okay. It gives it that printed look as opposed to a painterly look. Here's a wide shot again. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna let this dry and then maybe apply some collage as a finishing touch. So I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. This will be the final leg of the video. I was able to find some of these scraps again, some warm-up exercises, which I think would look good. This is a piece of copy paper that I cut into like a number 8 shape. I think it will look good there. A little spot of color. This is a leftover stencil. I think will look good here. That looks good there. and this right here. I think that completes the picture, at least in my opinion. So I'm going to start with a little dot of color. That's a bright orange right here. And then this piece of copy paper with a texture done by a brayer. Another modified X, which is one of my favorite shapes. There we go. And then lastly, I have this warm-up exercise, which goes up in this corner here. There. I think that completes the picture. And here is a close-up. Now here are the details. As you can see, again, I stuck to earth colors. And I think the scribbling adds a lot of movement and excitement. Exercise with number 8s. And this is a way to get through an artist block when you want to create something but are at a loss. You just pick a simple shape, like in this case, a number 8, and then work with it. Do variations of it, expand it, contract it, cut it up, and it will lead you to some interesting places. So I hope you like this video. Please give me a thumbs up and share with your friends, and I hope to see you next time.